We've got a Kyle Busch contract update coming up next. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing good this Friday. All right, recently, Dave Alpern, president of Joe Gibbs Racing, came out and gave us an update on the Kyle Busch contract. Let's look at this article from John Newby at The Heavy. We've been pretty consistent since the end of last season, which is why we want Kyle to be in the number 18 car, and that's our plan, Alpern said in a transcript courtesy of NASCAR Media. We're still working on sponsorship. As much interest as there is in our sport, these take a long time, and admittedly, this one's taking a little longer than we thought. It's not for lack of interest, it's just trying to get everything put together, so those will probably happen in parallel. And again, we're hoping to get something decided here in the very near future. The GGR president provided more information about the search and indicated that there are no concerns ahead of the Mars departure. Alpern also noted that the team has been in the business of securing partners for the past 30 years. The reason for the delay, as he explained, is that there isn't a simple situation where the team signs any interested partner that puts their logo on the car. Instead, JGR has the goal of finding the right fit for Busch and the number 18 team. Alpern clarified that he feels confident Busch will have a good partner on the Toyota Camry for the coming 2023 season. All right, so he said they are really close, basically, on getting a contract for Kyle Busch, but he also went on to address sort of the rumors about, is Ty Gibbs going to slide in there somehow? Alpern addressed Ty Gibbs' future during the teleconference. He explained the plan A is keeping the 19-year-old in the Xfinity Series for a second full-time campaign. The goal is for Gibbs to contend for the championship in 2022 after he already reached victory lane 4 times, then have him return to the number 54 once again. JGR doesn't want to push Gibbs too fast, but Busch's contract situation will create conversations. If the 2-time Cup Series champ does not return to the organization, that will leave an opening in a competitive car. So there are several interesting things there. He makes it sound like there are just a ton of sponsors lining up for Kyle Busch, and they're trying to pick the right one that's the right fit. That kind of sounds like a bunch of BS to me. It sounds like they're negotiating some really fine details, but it sounds like they do have a sponsor there, but I don't think they have a ton of sponsors lining up. I don't think it's that situation, because I think they would have ran 3 or 4 sponsors, and that would have just made this way easier, in my opinion. But they said they're looking for the right fit, but that kind of sounds like BS to me. That's just my take on it. I mean, I don't know. But it just kind of sounds kind of fishy there. But they did basically say that he came out later and said basically plan B is Ty Gibbs in not so many words. So that is also kind of interesting. But there was one guy, Steve Letarte, who said plan B being Ty Gibbs, he wouldn't have a problem with that. Let's look at these comments from Steve Letarte. Let's start with this. We haven't heard an announcement about Kyle Busch, Letarte said. Kyle Busch is a 2-time champion, and assuming they can agree on his value and the sponsorship and the business side of Kyle Busch, I would prefer him back in the number 18 if I'm Joe Gibbs Racing. I will say that if I'm Coy Gibbs, Joe Gibbs, and the decision makers at Joe Gibbs Racing, that I don't feel I can get it done with Kyle Busch, I have zero concerns with putting Ty Gibbs in the Cup Series. So there you go. At least one guy thinks that he would have zero concerns putting Ty Gibbs in the Cup Series. And from a talent perspective, I would have to agree with him there. I think Ty Gibbs, it might take him a year or 2, maybe 3 years to figure it out. And I do think you would be rushing him to the Cup Series at this point. But I think ultimately he's a guy that knows he's going to be there until he retires, just because his granddad owns the company. But I think he's definitely got the talent. He's got the drive and the determination to get wins. So I think if you look at him as a 2 or 3 year project where you don't just get rid of him like they did with Eric Jones, which they won't because it's Joe Gibbs' grandson. But I'm just saying don't get rid of him too soon like you've done with other talents. I think definitely Ty Gibbs would be a good fit there, but I think you would have to be absolutely insane to get rid of Kyle Busch. Sign him, do whatever you've got to do. Like, I don't care if you have to have 4 sponsors on the car. Forget this right fit situation. You need to get Kyle Busch back in that 18 car, and Kyle Busch needs to retire in the 18 car with Toyota, and possibly maybe his final season, whenever he announces his final season, maybe M&M's comes back for the final season, at least for maybe 1 or 2 races. That was always sort of a bummer with Jimmy Johnson. I thought Lowe's should have came back for at least 1 race. to sponsor them there, but they didn't. But it is what it is. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. If you like the content, feel free to subscribe down below. If you got a comment or question or anything like that, leave it down in the comment section, and I will get to as many as I can. And other than that, thanks for your time. Peace.